A cartridge is nothing without a console. The spin is nothing without the dash. A hero is nothing without his sidekick, and I'm nothing without my Sage Blush. But let's get back to the sidekick thing, because it's time to talk about Sonic's best buddy, Tails.
I'm Knuckles, I'm Sonic's best friend!
What are you talking about, Knuckles? We already discussed how Sonic games with multiple campaigns forced Sonic Team to see the stories from different points of view in the last video. Well, that meant focusing on Tails for a while for them, and in the process, they pulled off a story about how a small kid who has gotten used to trying to keep up with Sonic to help him out on his adventures becomes brave enough to face danger on his own. Many people resonated with this tale. Feeling unable to do stuff on your own isn't an unusual feeling at all. The world is a scary place, and we all need some inspiration once in a while. Sonic might be the inspirational hero who never cowers when confronted by the world's most threatening foes. He fights to show you that freedom is an option and pushes forward in every one of his adventures because he believes things can always change for the better if you don't give up. But you also need to see that from the point of view of someone who feels more afraid. We cannot think brave things can only be done by inherently brave people. After all, there's nothing braver than facing your fears, right? And for a while, the image people had of Tails was the image of another hero. He still helped Sonic out in his adventures, but he was perfectly capable of taking care of things on his own if it was necessary. For a while. When Sonic Unleashed arrived, everyone was surprised that Tails didn't even try to fight the Dark Gaia monsters. Like, come on, bring out your Mega Man gun thing from Sonic Battle or something. You can do it! Oh, he just went hiding and let Sonic take care of things. Sure, that's fine too, I think. During the next few games, even though he usually was the only character apart from Sonic to be around for the adventure, he didn't do much apart from being the smart guy who does smart guy stuff. That's also around the time when the writers changed, and a lot of things in the dialogue and the way the characters were treated became very different. While I don't think it was as bad as people make it out to be, I did think it was kinda lame. As for Tails, the only point that I really liked with him during this era was when he saved Sonic from being trapped by the Deadly Six and then outsmarted them. That was a good move on his part, but in the next game, Sonic Forces, everything went down. After Eggman captured Sonic, Tails left all of his friends and went on his own, until he was attacked by Chaos. This is the moment when all Sonic fans screamed out of rage. Look at it, look at it.
Sonic, help me!
Yeah, that was surely something, wasn't it? Okay, so everyone talked about the Chaos 4 fight in Sonic Adventure where Tails fought against Chaos 4. How can Tails be so scared of Chaos 0 when he already defeated Chaos 4 in his own? Everyone said that at the time. And you know, you could make the argument that at the time, Tails fought Chaos 4 next to Sonic and Knuckles, so he wasn't alone. Okay, I would still say that the final boss in Tails' campaign from Sonic Adventure is more powerful than Chaos 0, but whatever. Tails is traumatized after Sonic was captured, right? It makes sense that he would be scared to fight Chaos 0 after even Sonic has been defeated. But I would argue there's a moment that's more offensive to Tails' character than the Chaos 0 moment in Sonic Forces. After you finish the first level in the game, Lost Valley, a cutscene in the city starts. Let's see how that goes!
Is everyone okay?
We are thanks to you. Cutting it kinda close though, pal.
Are you kidding me, Tails? We've seen you fight a lot of Eggman's robots in the past. Here, there's no excuse. Sonic hasn't been defeated. Hope isn't lost. You haven't even met Infinite yet. Why would you, of all people, not at least try to attack Eggman's robots? You know, this game could have had a nice Tails redemption arc if his cowardness came after Sonic being defeated, and he became inspired by classic Sonic when they spent some time together to actually do something against Eggman's forces. Not only would you have done something interesting with Tails, but classic Sonic would do something in the game other than just being in the box art for sales. But the writers didn't give that any thought while working on the game. Enter Ian Flynn, a writer for the Sonic series that started with the Sonic Archie comics and continued to write for the Sonic IDW comics, a newer comic series that coincidentally started its story right where Sonic Forces left it. He's well known for making his stories with continuity in mind. He knows his Sonic lore, and a lot of people, me included, rooted for him to write the stories in the games. Even Ian himself told people on Twitter to use the hashtag #FlynnForSonic. And well, Sonic Frontiers is written by Ian Flynn. I don't think it had anything to do with the fanbase at all. This game tried to actually give somewhat of an arc to every character that was around for the ride. I liked Amy's dialogue, and I loved what they did with Knuckles. But when it got to Tails, I got emotional. Tails started to show signs of regret. He regretted not helping when Infinite attacked. He started opening up about it. When one of his last important scenes started, he just flat out asked Sonic if he was a burden to him, because he knew he was always running away or standing on the sidelines. Sonic reminds him of some of the important things Tails has done in the past, and Tails answers with one of the most "he said it" lines of all time.
Then I'm wildly inconsistent.
Sonic answered to all of this in such a good way too. He's the perfect older brother for Tails, and Tails is inspired by this to do better. He even decides he'll go away for a while on his own to find himself after the adventure is over. And even in the Final Horizon alternate ending, he already decides to take action and help. Him struggling to be consistent feels so natural for a kid like Tails. Turning bad writing decisions into an opportunity for character growth is such a cool way to make the future better while acknowledging that the past has happened. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Tails does things on his own. Don't forget to touch on this when the next big title comes out, please, Ian Flynn. It's honestly hard to know how they will pull it off too, seeing that IDW is now a canon ongoing story that doesn't have many time skips, if any. But who knows? Frontiers hasn't been mentioned in the IDW comics, so maybe they're still waiting to show us the repercussions of that game's events. Do you like Tails? Do you think his character development could have been handled better in Frontiers? As I said, I love how they did it, but I'm looking forward to seeing your opinions on this. Anyways, follow me on Twitter and subscribe to me on YouTube if you don't want Tails to be written badly again. If you want to know more about me and see more of my Sonic content. Right.